Welcome everyone. All right, we still going strong. We still going strong. It's the Tavathon for Tavaverse. I'm gonna get started in about give it like 30 seconds. Let a few people hop in there. If you're here, look, invite someone. Tell them hop on in. We're gonna get started in like 30 seconds here. Want to make sure everybody can see the screen share. Yeah, we'll get started in just 1 second here. But I'm excited. I know a lot of you are here and you're wondering, like, man, what is this Tavaverse? I've been hearing a lot about it. Like, what's it all about? What's all the hype about? Or is it hype? Well, we're going to talk about that here in about another 20 seconds or so. Just talk about what Tavaverse is, how it came about, and how it can benefit you, and really what our purpose is here. So, getting right into it. So, Tavaverse is hard asset education. That's literally what it is, right? I'm your real estate educator, Philip Blake. For those of you who don't know, I guess I should do a quick intro. I've been doing real estate 10 years, and I got a lot of experience doing residential real estate, commercial real estate, and a lot of mentors and a lot of knowledge I've gained over the years. And I'm the real estate educator, and I'm giving all that information here as a part of Tavaverse. But anyway, what is Tavaverse? Again, hard asset education. All right. So first, our leaders, right? How did it come about, right? So you got Shantae and Kenny. They are founders. They started Tava, which is the health and fitness, wellness version of or sector of Tava. Then there's also a worldwide travel. And then right now, today, we're talking about Tavaverse, which is focusing on financial education, financial literacy, surrounding around hard assets, right? People are talking about the recession that's coming. A lot of people just don't know what to do. And more importantly, a lot of the things that we're teaching, that we're educating people in Tavaverse, it's not stuff that you learn in school. I mean, maybe if your parents or you had a family member who was really rich and they imparted certain wisdoms to you, then maybe you got some of it. But it's nothing formal that's sharing what we're sharing, where we're setting up something. We've set up something that way you can get a formal education on hard assets. And we'll go through the different components here in a minute, but thankful for Kenny and Shantae. Our visionary, Jewel Tankard, she's put it all together. Andrew Carnegie once said he talked about the skill of being able to pull people together and get them to work in harmony. He said that's one of the most powerful skills there are. Jewel Tankard is that. She's done that. She's a visionary and pulled me in and all of our other educators for credit and funding. And we got bank connections and learning how to do marketing and do systems and just overall learning the wealth mindset. Okay. I'm a big value giver, so I'm going to go through what Tavaverse is, and I want to make sure that I give a few nuggets for those of you who are on the call. And again, if you tag someone, tell them hop on. Right, this is like really big stuff. I'm sure you've heard things about it. I'm going through all the details now. Right. So I talked about Tavaverse being a financial literacy piece, focusing on hard assets. There's a travel sector as well. Then there's the health and fitness division as well. Okay. So financial literacy statistics, just a few different things here. So again, going back to how and why Tavaverse come about. When you look at some of the things that's going on in the country here, it's a little bit alarming when you realize what 75% of American teens lack confidence in their knowledge of personal finances. Well, I'll tell you this, you lack confidence in areas that you don't have practice in. And again, from K through 18, K through 12, even in college, you're really not getting education on financial literacy, hard assets, how does credit works, how does bank works, how to do marketing, how to do branding, how to start a business if that's what you want to do, how to help grow a business if you just want to be a part of one. You're not learning these different things, systems and processes to help elevate. Maybe there's some of that touched on, but not to the way that we're talking about here in Tavaverse. Some other scary statistics. 25% of Americans say they don't have anyone that they can ask for trusted financial guidance. And that's considering the individuals who actually know. If you look at this, like most people, when they face with a decision that they don't know, they're not aware of what they can, like what decision to make. They'll just go ask someone who's whatever, a parent, an uncle, somebody who's been giving them guidance in their life in general, but they may not necessarily know what they're talking about as it pertains to that particular thing. In this case, we're talking about financial literacy. And the fact that It's not taught. It's very rare that you're actually going to get sound advice, right? And even then, you want to make war with a multitude of counselors and get feedback from multiple individuals. 23% of U.S. adults aged 18 to 29 have credit card debt that's over 90 days. Is 90 days overdue. I mean, that's kind of self-explanatory. Again, we got to learn how to generate income from multiple resources, and it's not just working one job. At this point, you really need multiple streams of income, and it's not always just you doing. And that's some of the mindset stuff that we teach here in Tavaverse. And then overall, Americans owe 800 billion in credit card debt. That's as of 2022. Some scary statistics there. All right. So what Tavaverse is to we're here to elevate your financial IQ, right? Learning how to leverage assets, understanding global markets, and how you can utilize certain information across the globe to make certain investment decisions that you benefit from, right? And then you're getting exclusive access to financial institutions, right? We got banks, we got tax strategists. Like, it's holistic. If I had to sum up Tavaverse in like a really short phrase, it would basically be a holistic approach to financial literacy for everyone, right? So if you are a beginner, hey, I don't know anything about financial literacy, but I know I want to improve my financial position. Okay, great. You need to be in Tavaverse, right? If you like, hey, I bought some houses, I got some assets, I got a business, and I just want to grow and be higher than what and produce more than what I'm currently producing, great. Tavaverse is for you, right? So it's really touching all these different fields for individuals or even business owners or investors to have a place to go to get the support that they need to grow, right? And that's not that's not an uncommon thing. If the higher you go up, the more support that you'll see the people who are doing better, whether $10 million, $100 million, they are surrounded by people that support them, whether it's mastermind groups, etc. Right? I want you to consider Tavaverse like your mastermind group of people that you can go to collectively and get information to help you make sound decisions for your financial future. All right, so I mean, I kind of just went over it, but who's Tavaverse for? Anyone that has a business, you own real estate, you want to own real estate, you want to own your own business, you want to do some marketing, you want to get another stream of income, you want to figure out how you can make more money, you want to understand how to leverage credit, really leverage credit. And I don't mean to the extent of, what is good credit? I got a high credit score and I can go buy a house and a car and get a good rate. And that's all. And I can tell people my credit score is 750 or 800 or 775. Right? Okay, I guess those are benefits. Those are benefits, but it's a lot more to it. I'm talking about how you can get access to funding, building relationships with banks, and just understanding how the game works so you can play the game properly for your success and for your family's success as well. All right? Like I said, keep them coming on. Invite people on like invite a loved one on, invite a friend. But we're still going here. I'm only going to go for like another 10 or 15 minutes here. All right, so it's a platform created for everyone. Mindset. That's one of the biggest things that's being taught here in Tavaverse, because that's like, you may have an engine that has 500 horsepower, but if you got no steering wheel, you can't control the way that power is being delivered or where it's being steered to, where it's going, right? You have no control. And this is where mindset comes in. Just different things that you can learn how to think. In schools, they teach you what to think, right? And they teach you what to do, but they don't teach you how to think about certain problems, how to overcome certain things. It's more of an indoctrination in a lot of different scenarios versus a true education of how to learn. There should be a class or a course on learning. Well, there is right here at Tavaverse, right? The mindset is key. That's what's going to allow you to see opportunities that others don't see. This was going to allow you to not only see those opportunities, be a part of those opportunities, because you have a community of individuals who are like-minded, right? You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, if that's the case, I want all my friends and family and everybody I'm spending time with to be elevated. I want us all to be winning, so that way iron is continually sharpening iron, right? So mindset, right? Just moving from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, right? I give the thermometer example. You got a thermometer in your house, or a thermostat, not a thermometer, but a thermostat. Actually, it's the thermostat versus the thermometer. The thermometer tells you what the temperature is and just adjusts, right? But a thermostat, just to go into this example, if you set it at 70 degrees and all of a sudden it becomes 80 degrees, AC kicks on, brings it back down to 70. If it goes down to 60 degrees, the heat kicks on, brings it back up to 70. Well, people have a financial thermostat, and it goes into self-image, okay? Where if you don't believe that you can, or you're the type of person that can achieve certain things, for example, someone may be here saying, hey, I'm a $50,000 a year person. That's just, what I am. I'm a $100,000 a year. I'm $1 million a year person. If you have aspirations to go beyond that, you have to adjust your thermostat, because unfortunately, if you think that you're a $100,000 a year person, you know more. Anytime you start to do things that take you above that, your thermostat is going to kick in and bring you down here, right? Or when you're underperforming, it'll bring you up, but it's going to keep you where you're at. And the point is, you want to have someone, you want to be surrounded by individuals that's going to check you and show you how to improve and 10x yourself, right? Just building that belief. And it just comes from being around the right people who are pouring into you. Understanding global economics, I talked about this earlier. Understanding the state of the economy overall. At the end of the day, just understanding what's happening globally, what impact is it having, and what moves should it be made in from a hard set, whether it's your precious metals, whether it's real estate. Where are these opportunities? Chaos creates opportunity. That's why a lot of people make so much money during recessions, and we want you to be one. We want you to be one of those individuals making money during a recession. A lot of people just sit around and say, well, it is what it is, and they end up getting whatever they get. But we want to be intentional about what we receive during this time. Okay? Real estate. I'm the real estate educator. Right? Like I said, I've been doing this 10 years. I've wholesaled hundreds of houses. I've flipped hundreds of houses. We've done commercial deals. We got units. We're buying assets. We're doing BRRRR. And I've spent, and I don't like to talk about this publicly, but I've spent a lot of money investing in myself over the past 10 years. I mean, heavily in the past 5-6 years. And I'm talking about multiple six figures. Just investing to be around the right people, build the right relationships, improve my mindset. Because even though we do well, I want to do better. And I got to get up in the right rooms and continually elevate myself. So as I'm doing that, investing in myself, I'm literally taking that and filtering it and then pouring it back in the Tavaverse, the community, so that everyone can learn and we can all improve, right? And you don't have to go out and spend 6 figures to be able to do that. But specifically, as we talk about real estate, again, wholesaling properties, fix and flip, buying assets for BRRRR, to buy, rehab, rent them out, repeat, following that process. If you want to get into commercial real estate, let's do it. You know what I mean? But now you're surrounded by individuals that's not only on the same frequency, thinking like you. Now you got a mentor. If you want to know the path ahead of you, you ask someone who's been there, who's coming back. Or maybe they're not coming back, they're reaching back to pull others forward. And now you can navigate through the minefield that is failure, the path to success, right? So it's temporary failure, temporary defeat. But you got somebody to guide you so that you don't make the big mistakes that take you out of the game and make you, that's for someone else, not for me. You got someone to guide you, say, hey, no, here, we go, here, like this is what to do. Here's the next steps. And now your success is not only faster, but you have less susceptibility to, again, failing big. You still make mistakes, but everybody makes mistakes. Funding. I mean, that's a powerful thing. One of the biggest things that I get anytime I speak on the stage or I go somewhere, people are like, oh, Phil, I want to get into real estate. I want to invest in hard assets. I want to do this. I want to start my own business. Man, I just don't have the money. And there's something that we commonly do. I had to do it. It's called bootstrapping, where you're like, man, I'm just going to hunker down. I'm going to save every penny. I'm going to live in my mom's basement. I'm going to have a car that's 15 years old. I'm not going to have any expenses. And every dime I got, I'm just going to save after taxes and put it back into the business and hopefully grow, right? And I'm going to sacrifice. That's what I did, right? But that was before I learned. Again, I talked about the value of credit and understanding how funding works. When you got relationships with the bank, that's a pretty powerful thing. But when you understand, more importantly, how credit works and how you can go out and utilize your credit to not only create sources of income, but you can actually utilize your credit to get access to more capital so that you can take these opportunities. This is what Tavaverse is educating about. This is one of the things. And this is why I call it holistic, because not only you don't have the money, let's get your credit right so we can get you some funding. You want to grow a business? Okay. You got marketing, you got branding, you got systems, so you can learn how to grow a business. You got mindsets, you can grow a business. You want to get into real estate? Excellent. You got the money. Now you can start to invest and build something for yourself. And now we can direct you on where you need to put those funds to continue to grow. Just give you counsel. And now you're setting yourself up for success. And I'm not talking about $1,000, 5,000. I'm talking about like when I went through this process, uh, I was able to get, I think it was like almost 300K. That's personally. And then you have the business side of it where you get substantially more funding to be able to grow. All right. I mean, what would you do with a few 100,000 right now if you had it? Is it real estate? Would you grow a bill? I mean, you gonna buy a building? You gonna grow a business? I mean, what would you do? Right? We wanted to be smart with it, right? We're going to leverage credit and leverage the funding that we get. And then speaking of credit, like I talked about, not only just leveraging it so that way you can have the good score and get access to capital, but again, it may not be earlier if you were on. Camille talked about, hey, I utilized my credit and bought 2 cars, bought a Range Rover and I forgot another car, and then she put them on Turo, and that's another source of income. She just bought 2 sources of income, and I think it took her 2 weeks before she made a decision, and then it took like a matter of a couple of days before she got the cars when she actually made a decision. 2 new sources of income. Now we're starting to change our thinking, where we can go out and actually connect. We can go out and actually make decisions intentionally that's going to help us grow. Okay. Systems. If you're in a business, whether it's the business of real estate or any other business, you got to understand how to leverage processes, systems, the tools, so that way you can grow and not create another job. A lot of people out here, unfortunately, who are hustling real hard, putting in the work, but you got to work hard and smart. A lot of people putting in the work, but as soon as they stop moving, the machine stops going. And that's not a business, that's a separate job. You become self-employed. You're just employing yourself, right? Well, we want to set it up where it's an actual business, where you can go on vacation and the business keeps running, right? You buying the properties when you on a call, talking to everyone, teaching, creating impact and influence in the community. That's what we want to. That's what we're doing here at Tavaverse. Marketing, like if you look at these components that I'm going over, marketing, branding, and mindset, these are holistic. These are general categories that apply to all businesses, whether it's real estate, hard assets. The mindset goes into the investing. These apply. Like one of my mentors, he says, best known beats best. Meaning, if nobody knows you, it don't matter if you got the best hamburger in the world. You could argue that McDonald's 100% does not have the best hamburger or fries or whatever in the world. You could argue that. But everybody knows them essentially across the globe. Well, you have to leverage that type of thought process, those concepts, so that way you can market, create your brand, and put yourself out there so that way your business grows. Or whatever it is, your friend's business, whatever you're going to utilize this information for. Okay? Just understand it, right? Branding recognition, the 4 P's of marketing, making your presence known. Okay? All right, so I told you I can go, and I just want to make sure I get some value for those who jump on this call. But we got also in Tavaverse partner portals. That's actually going to be opening up here real soon, where, again, you got resources that, okay, you need funding, here's where to go for funding. Oh, you need help with taxes and tax strategies. Guess what? We got somebody that's their expertise. That's their area of genius. Banking. We have someone who owns the bank as your resource, right? How many people don't even know what to do? They go into a bank and they're nervous. You guys give loans here, or you don't even know what you don't know. Well, when you are surrounded around the right people who actually want to help you, we can say, oh no, this is what actually the bank is looking for. Here's how to be successful. It's not a secret. Here's what to do. Real estate, we talked about so many different things in real estate that you can do outside of fixing, flipping, and buying single family, buying commercial. There's a lot of different things you can do, land, etc. Credit, I talked about that at length. Bookkeeping, you got to keep stuff in order. Sometimes it can be very difficult to keep your things in order, right? Speaking from personal experience, right? When things get chaotic, right? You having an answer to every problem, right? Or having a community that can help you get the answer to a problem. Precious metals also coming soon, and they're always adding more. So it's a lot of different things, but all this is coming in the partner portal, right? Again, going back into what Tavaverse, when you join, is 6 sessions per week, right? You get access to the replays. You get 15 minutes of Q&A for each session, so you can get your questions answered. Hey, I need help with this. What do I do about this? Or there may be opportunities that come from you just being in the community, and you have opportunity to talk about that as well. All right. Real estate field trips. We got one coming to Detroit next week. We're going to be actively in the field, looking at properties, looking at pulling together offers. And for individuals who have either already ready or gone through the process of credit and funding, so that way they can actually here you go. Here's a property for you to buy. Here's what to do with that property. Here's how to make this happen. Wow. And now you get to learn and actually make money while you learn, as opposed to learn, bump your head and like, man, that kind of hurt. Let me figure out another way. Bump your head again. And most people quit. Honestly, after 2 and 3 mistakes, it's like 90% of people are out. Well, we want to help you avoid those mistakes, at least the ones. And then you can learn from smaller mistakes on your own. So you're probably wondering, like, okay, Tavaverse, all right, you talked a lot about it and what it is. Like, how do I get started? Okay, there's multiple ways to get started in the Tavaverse community. And it's like, in my opinion, it's a no-brainer. So I'll go through each of these, right? So, and I actually start at the top. There's a $1,200 pack, right? If you're the person that like, hey, this is an awesome community, and not only is it an awesome community, I want to learn for myself, but I want to tell the people around me, I want to help them grow and actually create another income source. You can do that. It's $1,200 to start one time, right? Each of these packages are actually include the Tava products, the health and fitness products to varying degrees, depending on which package you get, right? So that's just like a bonus. You get to get some awesome products for your health and wealth. For those that know me, like health is like my second calling. I've been studying. That's one of the only things I've been studying longer than real estate. Okay. And there's 2 different ways you can split that up. If you don't want to do $1,200 at once, you could do $500 and then the difference, or you can do $300 and then the difference. Right. But let's say you're the person here, like, all right, Phil, you're talking good stuff. Tavaverse, I'm getting my financial literacy up, and I want to make money, but I don't have it, or whatever the case may be. I just want to focus on my personal growth. Nothing wrong with that. That's $200 one time. Okay. $200 just one time to get started. Right. So no matter what packet, and all of these include different the health products to different degrees, as you can see here. That being said, after you pay that one-time fee, whether it's $200 or the $1,200, it's $150 a month. That's it. It's not it's not a subscription for a year. It's just a monthly subscription, and it's $150 a month. And I'm just gonna put it like this, just being real. Me personally, when people come to me and I speak on stages, people ask me to privately mentor them, it's $25,000, and I only mentor them for 4 months, and we're working on growing a real estate business to 7 figures, right? That's what we focus on there. I mean, here I'm giving the same sauce for you to be able to grow financially. Whether you want to buy 1 property, you want to buy 10 properties, right? And that's what's so awesome. Everyone should thank Jewel Tanker for pulling this together, because I wouldn't be able to do this on my own. But I'm just one of the educators. Right, you still got Brianna for credit. You still got Camille for systems. You still got Marquita going over marketing. You got Jewel, who's going to give you all of her experience, and then the mindset, wealth in general. Right, we got our own loan officer, Candace. She's here. Like, it's going to help somebody who's there to say, "Oh, you want to buy a property? Here are going to be the best rates. We'll do the work for you." Right, that's $150 a month. I mean, what are some people paying for college? What are some people paying for community college? It's a really awesome thing, and I think it's a no-brainer, and I'm just being real when I say that. Let's keep going, because I'm already over. Quick disclaimer here. So, like, when you join, just like anything else, you got to do the work. We're going to put you in position. We're going to give you the information. We're going to tell you what actions to take. We even going to bring opportunities to you. But you got to learn, and then you got to take action. Right? We don't guarantee success. It's like anything else, right? You go to college, you get a degree. They don't guarantee you get a job. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't even use their degrees. Okay. So what I want you guys to do here, it always takes energy for me to stop, because I like to just keep pouring into the people. But what I want you guys to do here, get back with the person who invited you and say, hey, look, where's the link? If you got questions, ask them, set up a call if need be, but ask for the link and get started. This is for you. This is for your future. This is for your financial future. This is for your legacy. Right? Actually building something that you can have to pass down to your loved ones over time, as opposed to just own. I'm not saying there's something wrong with a W-2, but I'm just saying, if you work all your life and you got a retirement and maybe a pension or something like that, and you're hoping that's going to be enough, and maybe whatever's left is left over to my family. Over here, we're thinking a lot bigger than that, right? We want to set it up so that way we got cash flow for life. And not only cash flow for life, we got cash flow for generations. we got something that we can pass down to our kids, our grandkids, our siblings, whoever. So that way we're grown. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna stop there. I think that that's good enough. Tavaverse, look, mission to 1,000, and this is the Tavathon. So we're gonna be back in like I'm a little bit over, so we're gonna be back in like 35 minutes. Every hour, top of the hour, where someone's gonna be here and just telling you. So invite someone, right? If you got value out of this, or you thinking about joining, or you got questions, whoever that person is, you want to ask questions like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Invite them on too, right? We want everybody to grow. We want everyone to benefit from this. Okay. All right. Peace and love, y'all. It's Tavaverse. Impact and influence over everything. I'll see you guys on the next one.